How do I know Marty's bi? If he wasn't bi, then why would he make a pass at me like that, like he did? Like, this dude literally wanted to get with me in that way. I also own you, antimatter Morty.
You walking barefoot, smell of defeat. Got the squad rolling deep, can't stand on their feet. Can feel on the grip, hands in the dough, funny pot. Sticky fingers, palm looking, the block stay hot. Cyraxx, shadow boxing, swinging at the air, undefeated in delusion. Reality don't care, Jupiter creeping, got the whole crew shook. Predator rhymes, got a band from the book. Josh Block at the hill, bottle in his clutch. Captain of a ship that's been sinking too much. Over Navy rattling, can't step to the throne. Marty top the mic, let them reap what they've sown.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show, and thanks for stopping by the channel again today. We have a massive Goblin update for you today, some of the best news I've heard in quite a while. I saw this first a few minutes ago on William Gloryhole's channel prior to recording. The post says, "No internet for the Goblin, shout out to CVG," and I was like, no internet for the Goblin? Well, I need some more information about that, which I was quickly able to get over on WordBoi's channel. WordBoi is back. WordBoi posted, Chance and 339 are without internet access right now. Ed ripped the coaxial box right off the side of the house and then threw it in the trash while telling Chance he doesn't know what happened to it. Great job, Ed. Look at that. Rare Ed dub. Who would have thought? But the good news doesn't stop there. We are eating good today. It was also posted on William's channel that 2 hours ago, Cyraxx's newest YouTube channel was taken down, nuked, removed from the platform for ban evasion. Poor Chance just can't keep his channels running. Good job, everyone, for making it go away. Look at that. Cyraxx is gone. No matter how he spells it, no matter where he tries to hide on YouTube, he is not allowed on the platform. Goblins are not allowed to have nice things or make a living. So great job, everybody. Another dub for the community. 700 trolls, 0 Cyraxx. And since he is without internet or an account to stream from, there's been no new content in the last 24 hours, but that doesn't mean we're not going to do a video today. I don't even usually make a video on Sunday, but I wanted to make this one just to point out his lack of internet and accounts. But we're not going to stop there. I dug through some old archive footage and I was able to find a video of Chance crying about Marty being in love with him and bringing up other lolcows like Foodie Beauty that I thought was pretty entertaining. Also, coincidentally enough, the whole point of this video that we're about to cover is supposed to be him explaining why he has to keep making alt accounts and ban evading and why he can't just get off of YouTube for good. So since we have the time and we're riding the high of the good news, we're going to jump over and take a look at that. So without further rambling, let's get right into it.
Hey, what's going on, YouTube? So, I'm here to talk about something that I've been wanting to talk about for a long time, which is the reason why I'm not able to retire from YouTube like I would like to do.
Well, for one thing, if we're just working with the definition of the word retire, you can't retire from a job that you've already been fired from, so that's a good start as to why. And
move on to another platform like I like to do. Now, as many of you guys know, I've been a victim of Marty and William and all these guys for many, many years now. I know I've heard a lot of people say, well, dude, if you hate YouTube that much, then why don't you retire and do this and that? And it's not that I don't want to, because I do. I would very much love to retire. Like, I would love to retire from YouTube and go to another platform where I know I can make real money. I would love for that. But the reason why I'm not able to is because every time I go to do that, every time I go to another platform, William and all of them report me for no reason.
So here's the thing, Chance. I'll be the first one to say the algorithm that YouTube and other platforms use, or the AI that they use in order to review claims, is not perfect. However, if you're genuinely not doing anything wrong on your channel, 99% of the time you can get that overturned. So if you're getting reported on channels and then those channels are actually getting taken down, that means most likely you must have been doing something that violated the TOS for that platform. That's why you're off of YouTube. That's why you're off of Twitch. You violate policies about what parts of your body you can show. You violate hate speech policies. So it's like, if you were on some platform not violating any policies at all, and then William reported you, your channel wouldn't get taken down. There would be no reason for that to get upheld. But you can't keep it in your pants, and you can't keep the N-word out of your mouth, so you're not going to last long anywhere.
It's stupid. Like, y'all don't...
Oh my god, did you guys just get jump scared by the Halloween mask behind his head? I just saw it poke out from behind his scalp. What is that? I don't think I've ever seen that in his room before. And he has, like, a very limited amount of belongings, so I thought I was familiar with most of them already. My eyes were glued on the ever-famous bedbug jug up here. But what the hell is that? And why does it have a better hairline than him?
No, or I can't even begin to tell y'all how badly I want to retire from YouTube and go over to Twitch and kick and have fun and stream and have a good time. But because of these assholes, I can't do anything. Like, I am literally not able to retire like I would like to do.
That's not one, not two, but 3 bottles of lotion next to him right there, ladies and gentlemen, and you can see from the shape of his scalp where it's not going. So just let that simmer for a minute.
Like, I want to retire from YouTube so bad because there's so much wrong with YouTube's platform. I'm actually not watching anything. I'm actually doing Hotel Tycoon on Fortnite, ramping up my XP.
So he even takes shortcuts to try to get to the end of the battle pass in Fortnite. Just play the game, bud. Actually, don't play the game. It's aimed at younger audiences and there's voice chat.
But I want to retire from YouTube so goddamn bad, man. But because they mass report me for bullshit reasons, I'm not able to do anything. Like, I literally can't go on Twitch. I can't go on Kick. I can't do anything because of these sick people. And it pisses me off because I want to retire. Because YouTube they've got a major problem that I want no part of.
I mean, by that definition, Cyraxx, you have a major problem that YouTube wants no part of. They don't want to be an accessory to whatever it is that you're trying to do.
Oh, my main source of income was Twitch. That was my main source of income.
He made $100 on Twitch one time, and then his account got banned before he even got paid out. Saying that $100 is your main source of income is like if your uncle slipped you a 50. Is like if your uncle slipped you a 50 in your birthday card, and then you said that was your main source of income. It was a small, one-time payment.
For the longest time, that was my main source of income. I was doing really well. But because the trolls don't like me, they mass reported me for shit that I was not doing. Music, Marty, you stupid. And yeah, I'm talking to you, Marty, you stupid. Like, I want to retire so badly, but I can't. Like, when I say I want to retire from YouTube, I want to retire just so badly. And it's nothing against the people that show love and support for me. It's nothing against you guys at all. If anything, I have nothing but the utmost love and respect for you guys. And I appreciate y'all showing the support for me that y'all have. I do. I appreciate the hell out of that. But one of the reasons why I'm not able to go on any other platform, like I said, is because they mass report me for bullshit reasons. And it's... I've tried to go to other platforms many times over. Like, I've tried to go into Kick. I've tried to go into Twitch. Hell, I even tried going to the platform that I first started on when I first started streaming in the very beginning, which is YouNow, which is literally the very first platform I was ever on as a streamer. But yet, I'm not able to do that. Yo, Shireen, what was your question? Like I said, that's in the works. Yeah, Simply Shireen, what was your question? Yeah, I seen that shit. And that was literally an old video that they stole. They literally stole an old video and they started doing that shit. And you want to know why? Because they want to ruin me. I mean, don't you think it's kind of odd that these guys are so obsessed with me?
Kinda strange, isn't it?
Don't you think it's kind of weird that grown-ass adults are obsessed with me for no reason? Don't you find that kind of strange? I mean, why would another man be obsessed with what another man's doing? That math don't add up.
Cyraxx, you should not be talking about men being obsessed with other men when you've been screaming the name William Gloryhole to anyone who will listen, including your own grandmother and the police, for years now.
And you cannot sit there and tell me that don't sound normal, because it's not normal. Like me, I don't worry about what they do. I don't worry about what they do.
Yes, you do. You started this video worrying about what they did. You started this video by calling them out by name. And spoiler alert, you're going to go on for damn near an hour talking about nothing but what they do.
Like, you don't see me going out of my way to worry about what Marty does and what this person does. I don't do that. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna stoop to that level. Sorry. I'm not about that shit. Because they want me either homeless, or they want me in jail, or they want me dead. Literally, they don't want me to have a life. They literally don't want me to have a life at all, dude. Actually, I do, PKFC. I do deserve to have a life, dude. People like Marty, people like Tony, people like WordBoi and William, they're the ones that don't deserve a life.
You know, maybe this is just me, but I always find it a little bit childish when I hear adults use words like deserve or fair even. You get what you earn. And sometimes you work really hard and bad stuff happens anyway, and then you just have to like work really hard again to get that stuff again. Everything Cyraxx has ever had has always been free, given to him by other people like his grandmother or the state of Ohio. He's never worked to earn anything. And all the things that have been taken away from him have been worthless or free in the first place. So when he talks about, like, I deserve this and I deserve that, you deserve exactly what you have because you haven't ever worked to earn anything more than you have. It's not like he's working a job, slaving away at some outdoor labor 50 hours a week, and all he wants to do is spend his hard-earned paycheck on an Xbox and then people are bricking it. By the whole deserve definition, you didn't deserve to have the Xbox in the first place because it was paid for by other people, right?
Here's the thing, dude. I'm not apologizing to him, especially after what he did to me. Why should I apologize to him after what he's done to me? Because if you ask me, I don't know why the internet thinks this, but I don't owe the internet jack shit. If anything, the internet owes me something. The internet owes me something. I don't owe them a damn thing. I don't owe them an explanation. I don't owe anybody a goddamn thing. I've already said my apologies and wrote my wrongs. People seriously need to grow the fuck up and let it go and move on with their goddamn lives. And what I want to know to all y'all trolls, why do you feel like you have the right to go after me? Like, why do you feel like you have the right to try to f me over? Like, why is that? Like, why do you guys feel like it's funny and okay to do illegal ass shit? Is it because you think you're not gonna get caught? Is that why? Because you think that you're never gonna get caught? Like, is that why you do it? Is that why you try to trick people and do what you do? Because you think that it's funny and cute when it's actually not. You know, what y'all trolls do is bullshit. And I don't give a if this video gets banned or whatever. I don't care. I'm calling out every single troll on the internet. I want the smoke. I want to call you out on your shit. Because y'all have been bullying me since 2017, and it's time to put it to a stop.
Okay, I always get a little bit of pushback to this opinion too, but I'm just going to toss it out there. I don't like it when adults use the term bullying. When you're an adult, someone can be nasty to you, they can be an asshole to you, they can be mean to you. Bullying just sounds so juvenile to me. Like, I would never want to be 35, being like, I'm getting bullied, people are bullying me. People are bothering you if you're an adult. You're not a child in a classroom getting pointed at and picked on. As much as you probably wish you were, Cyraxx. Maybe he could have been bullied when he was like 23 because he was still in high school, so that would technically fit my definition, but you're okay. You can get bullied at school, you can't get bullied at work, you can't get bullied at home. You're a grown man. It just sounds so goofy to hear anybody who's not like 12 be like, there's people who are bullying me and it needs to stop. It would bother me so much less if he used a word like harassment or something like that, but like I said, the term bullying just feels so childish to me.
I'm tired of it, dude. I've paid my dues. I've said my apologies. Grow the f*** up and get the phone.
No, Cyraxx, you have not apologized. Anytime Cyraxx apologizes, he apologizes like a deadbeat boyfriend trying to avoid accountability. Like, he'll be like, well, I'm sorry that, like, me just being me and doing what I need to do made you feel that way. I'm sorry that you got so upset. I'm sorry that you feel that way, you know? Like, he's never, like, actually taken accountability for anything. He's never admitted anything and then said he was sorry. The closest he ever gets is being like, I know I shouldn't have said that slur, but it was a self-defense slur because Marty pushed me to the brink of insanity, so I had to.
Go bother somebody else, like Tony, who is an actual, like, go after somebody like him that actually deserves it, dude.
I also love that he thinks that he gets to define who deserves to be quote-unquote bullied, and that he can point us like a weapon in the direction of other internet weirdos and make us go after them instead. Like, no, Cyraxx, that's not how it works. If you're getting arrested by the police for drug possession, you don't get to be like, hey, well, wait a minute, a couple blocks back there, I saw somebody run a red light. Why don't you go get them instead? That's not how it works.
Like, seriously, I've said all my apologies over 1,000,000 times. Y'all need to grow the f up and move on with your goddamn lives.
I love that I had to cut it out for YouTube, obviously, but in the immediate aftermath of saying, I've said my apologies, he says the N-word. Like, he just cannot ever build a case for himself not being totally responsible for the way that people treat him.
Stop acting like you're God, because you ain't God. You're a bunch of whiny little snot-nosed hiding behind a keyboard talking all big and bad, when really you ain't jack shit. Oh, we're a real tough guy behind the keyboards, but you ain't.
I mean, one of those guys came out from behind the keyboard one time, and he must have been at least a little bit of a tough guy, because he made you sound like this.
Bitch! No! No! Get the fuck out of here. Who's the king? You are? Then run away now. And shut the fuck up.
Fine. You win. You win. You win. Please let me go.
Half y'all trolls ain't nothing but a bunch of, but literally y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of all y'all trolls talking all that shit when you've never done shit. What am I doing right now? Calling you mom because I'm sick of y'all pushing me around. I'm sick of y'all walking all over me like you have the right to do what you do. But really, you ain't got no right doing that shit, bro. None. Because like I said, what kind of human being worries about what another man's doing?
Well, when the thing that another man is doing is trying to prey on, like, the most vulnerable members of society, I would say, not to be on my soapbox here, but, like, a good man, like, protecting kids from dangerous situations is, like, objectively a good thing to do. When I look at, like, Alex Rosen and all the Predcatcher channels and everything like that, I think of them as, like, probably genuinely good people who are taking time out of their day to stop something from happening that could catastrophically impact a child's life forever. So when you say a man worrying about what another man is doing, he's trying to paint it as if people are just obsessed with him for no reason, as if there's like this weird, completely unprompted thing where people just don't want to leave him alone to make his music, and totally gloss over the fact that it has to do with the things that he's actually doing. If there was a guy in your house pouring gasoline all over your floor, and you were like, hey, what the hell are you doing? You have to get out. And he looked at you and he went, whoa, whoa, whoa. What kind of man worries about what another man is doing, huh? Are you making a pass at me? You'd be like, what? That doesn't even make sense. What? It'd be weird if I wasn't worried about this.
Yo, Macaque, am I wrong, dude? And what I say, am I wrong?
Yes, you're wrong about everything you say, literally all the time.
And saying that here for another man to be so worried about what another man is doing that they're obsessed? Like, isn't that kind of weird, dude? Basically what I'm doing, Macaque, is I'm basically explaining to these people why I'm not able to retire from YouTube like I would like to do. Like, I would love to retire from YouTube and go to another platform where I know I can make money, like Kick or Twitch or something like that. I would love to retire from YouTube and do that shit, but I can't. And you want to know why? Because WordBoi and William Gloryhole think that it's funny to mass report my shit whenever I go onto another platform. And I don't know how to stop them from doing that shit.
Well, you could stop them from doing it by just not being on the platform in the first place. It's a really easy solution. It requires no effort. It actually requires more effort for you to keep making new emails and making alt accounts to Banevade so that you can put yourself in a position to be, as you would put it, bullied again. This is literally like if you were in school and you complained about being bullied, so the teacher moved you out of the class where all the kids were bullying you into another class that was quiet and no one bothered you, and then you kept going back into the class that the bullies were in and going, why am I getting bullied? Somebody needs to do something about this. It's like the solution has already been presented to you and you refuse to accept it.
Anything they can think of, dude. Invading, supposedly doing shit that I'm not doing outside of Kick and Twitch. Like, basically reporting me for shit that I'm not doing at all.
So ironically enough, he's saying that he's not actually violating TOS, which we know he does. He was banned from Twitch for showing a part of his body that he really shouldn't be showing anyone. He was banned from Kick for hate speech. I'm not going to lie, I've gotten strikes before on my YouTube page. When I first started streaming, I had absolutely no idea what I was and was not allowed to do. I tried to show a clip from a movie one time, and I got my stream taken down. I played a clip of this guy right here saying a bunch of words that he wasn't supposed to say, and I left the clip up, and I got a strike on the channel. And like, I don't know, this is maybe 3 months into doing this. Within the first 3 months, I was like, you know what? If I'm going to stream on a regular basis, I should sit down and learn the rules so I don't get my account taken down. So I sat there and I talked to other people like Major Chilla. I watched videos about like what are the YouTube TOS, what can you get in trouble for, things like that. This guy has been doing this for 10 years now, and he got a copyright strike right before his channel got taken down today for playing a bunch of copyright Green Day music on one of the live streams. He's blaming everybody else for his shit getting taken down constantly, but at the end of the day, he's refused to learn the rules for 10 years. And ignorance of the rules does not mean you're not going to get held to them. That's just not how it works anywhere with anything.
And you want to know why? You want to know the real reason why they do it? You want to know the real reason why they do it? It's not because I'm a bad person. It's because they don't want me to have a platform. And no, I don't deserve it, dude.
I love when even his chat goes against him like that. Because he's only ever got like 4 to 6 people max in there at any given time. And still it'll be 3 people just being like, you deserve it, go away.
Exactly, Packy. They don't want me to make a living. They don't want me to make a normal living. And like I said, how is that okay? And to the trolls, like, I want to know, like, where is it okay that y'all go after me, but yet y'all let Tony off the hook like he's some sort of saint? And no, simply, Shireen, I'm not going to answer you for shit.
So I think that little point that he made about Tony is interesting too, because it does remind me of when I was working at the prison. One of the most classic inmate excuses that you get when you try to hold an inmate accountable for anything that they're not supposed to do, if they're smoking in a non-smoking area, if they're not locked up on time, if they have contraband in their cell, whatever the violation is of the rules and regulations of the Department of Corrections that you're trying to hold them accountable for, the first thing that they will do is throw other people in their position under the bus and then try to make it like you're not handing out punishments accordingly. They'll be like, well, hold on, because I saw a guy smoking the top tier for 15 minutes earlier and you didn't say anything to him. You're just coming after me specifically. How come you always got to bother me, CO? And it's like, it feels like this is a thing that almost everybody who gets constantly caught doing stuff they're not supposed to do has in common. They all have this victim mentality that, like, they should have been allowed to get away with it because other people get away with it and don't get caught. And I'll say the same thing to Cyraxx that I used to say to the inmates when they would say that to me. If they got away with it, they must have been smarter than you. If he was really smoking on the top tier for 15 minutes and I didn't see it, then he's smarter than you. He was sneakier than you. He did a better job of breaking the rules than you because I saw you doing it. So Cyraxx is mad that other criminals and other predators are getting away with stuff. I guess they're just better at it than you, Cyraxx. I guess they're sneakier. I guess they're smarter. It's not our fault that you're not.
I'm just gonna block you. Not technically, but every time I go on there, they mass report me. They find out what platform I'm on and they mass report me for no reason. Because they think that it's funny, they think that it's cute to do it. And how they find me on these platforms, I genuinely don't know. If I could sue the front of the trolls, I would. I would gladly sue the front of the trolls if I could, man. Like, do you have any idea how badly I want to sue these? Like, I want to retire from YouTube so goddamn bad, but I can't.
So we're this far into the video at this point, 20 minutes, and all he's said over and over and over again is that he really, really wants to retire from YouTube, but he can't. But he keeps saying, I'm going to tell you why, and then he doesn't say why. He also keeps saying, the trolls get me off of YouTube, the trolls get me banned, the trolls get my accounts nuked. But he also never defines why they do that. He acts like the trolls just wake up every day and bother him for no reason, and he acts like he has to get on YouTube for some very, very important reason, and then he won't define what that is either. He talks and talks and talks, and yet he never actually says anything.
When I say that I want to retire from YouTube, it's not because I don't like the platform. It's not because I don't enjoy the platform, because I do. YouTube has a serious troll problem that needs to be dealt with. Like, they have a serious troll issue that does need dealt with. Yeah, but at least with Twitch, they've implemented stuff to be able to minimize the troll shit. At least on Twitch, they have ways of actually dealing with it. Like, you can actually reach out to a staff member on Twitch and be like, hey, this is what I'm dealing with. I've been on Twitch before. I've had sponsors, dude. Like, believe it or not, before I was forced over to here, I was a paid streamer. I was making money. I was doing good. I had several great sponsors that I was working alongside. I was making money. I was doing my thing. Not bothering nobody. But yet, Marty don't want that for me. Why? Because he's a piece of shit. He's a slob. He's a little boy that thinks that it's funny because he's got money, he can push people around. Like, he thinks because he has money, he can bully people. And it's up. In a day, like on a normal day, I was making about 150. Maybe a little under, give or take.
But that's the grand total that he made once. That's like if you won a $1,000 lottery ticket on like a Thursday afternoon, and then you went to somebody and you said, I make $1,000 a day. I guess technically that is accurate to that individual day, but when you say this is what I make a day or this is what I make a week, people think, like, the understanding of the way you phrase that is that that's what you make every day or every week or every time you work a shift. You did that one time and you've been clinging to it for like 8 years.
Like, I was doing good. No, this is mine. I own this shit. I run this shit, not him. Well, no, what would happen is I would get donations on the side, on top of what I was making on Twitch. Like, I was making about 150 a day through donations, and then through the paid subscriptions, which I was making about 116 a month, give or take. So I was doing good. You gotta figure, 800 plus followers, 20 of them were paid subscribers, and the rest I would get donations from here and there throughout the day. So I was actually doing good. Like, I was actually doing really well for myself. But because I was making money, and Marty is a narcissistic little paid asshole that doesn't want me doing shit because he's jealous of me, I lost everything. If you look up Music Biz Marty, you'll see who I'm talking about. He's literally a narcissistic piece of shit. And I don't say that lightly either. Like, he is literally a narcissist. Like, the guy literally is, if you pay attention to how he talks to people and how he says shit, he's a narcissist.
Who taught him that word? I don't think I've ever seen a more accurate representation of the meme, worst person you know learns therapy words.
Yo, SKR, who should I be worried about them? You're certainly not as scary typing away on your keyboard, dog. You definitely ain't scary.
Wait, also, he always gets on everybody else for typing away on their keyboards while they try to be a tough guy, but you don't leave the attic and you make threats and type away on your keyboard and try to be a tough guy, so, like, how are you different?
So who the f*** should I be afraid of, dude? Come on, SKR, who should I be afraid of?
I know that anybody could make their username this, but there's a channel called SKR that covers all the Sarah Boone stuff. That is really, really hilarious, and now it's my headcanon that they also mess around in Cyraxx's live chats. And I would just love to live in that world. SKR is hilarious. If you haven't subscribed to them already, go subscribe to SKR. They're where I get, like, all my favorite new Sarah Boone updates.
Hold on. Yeah.
So I don't know how well y'all could hear that, but in the background there, Sally said, "Chance, I'm making dinner." And I just think that's funny because literally the video we covered yesterday was him explaining that the reason he still lives at home is because he's Sally's caretaker and he has to do things for her like cook and clean, which we already know was a lie, but it's always really funny when a lie gets contradicted immediately after it's told.
Alright, so here's the thing, man. I just read your message and I don't think you understand, dude. I have to mention these guys. And you want to know why I have to do this? You want to know why I have to say something? Because nobody else will. Nobody else has the balls to stand up to these guys and speak out like I do. I have to say something, because if I don't, and I mean this in no disrespectful way at all, dude. I mean this in no disrespectful way whatsoever. Alright, so please don't take it as disrespect. But when it comes to these guys, who's going to call them out and speak out against what they're doing? Are you going to do it? Are you going to speak out? Are you going to say something? Because I don't see anybody else speaking out against what these guys are doing. I don't see anybody. I don't see anybody speaking out against what they're doing, or going after them, or attacking them the way that I'm doing. I'm out here speaking the truth about what they're actually doing, and they don't like that. They hate that. They hate that I speak out against what they do. They hate when I speak out against them. Why? Because it shuts their whole ego down.
I love that he's constantly bouncing back and forth between, I'm never going to speak again because when I speak it gives them content, and they'll never shut me up because shutting me up is what they want. Like, which one is it? Do we want you to talk so we have content, or do we want you to be quiet? He can never make up his mind on which one's the truth.
And I'm sorry, but when I said that I would not stop harassing them or attacking their channels, I meant it. Because nobody else seems to have the cojones to say, hey, YouTube, something's going on. Y'all got an issue. Do something about it. It seems like I'm the only one that's like, hey, something's going on. Like, I'm sorry, dude, but I'm going to continue to speak out against these guys. Because YouTube's not taking action. YouTube is not doing anything. And the only way to get anything done is to speak out. How are you going to get, like, how is anything going to get done if you stay silent? If you stay silent, that's not going to fix the problem. By speaking out and, you know, getting YouTube's attention, by making it a bigger problem and getting a hold of YouTube and being like, hey, something's going on, that's the only way anything gets done.
You know, all this talk about him needing to get YouTube's attention is making me want to do another deep dive into the Miss Kelly arc. It's one of my favorites.
Because unless we band together, speak out against what they're doing like I'm doing, then nothing is going to get done. We need to start banding together and start going after these. Start flooding YouTube with emails. Start flooding them with letters. Start flooding them phone calls out the ass. That's the only way any kind of change is ever going to happen.
He wants people to unionize on his behalf in order to force YouTube's hand or something. It's incredible that he thinks that the Cyraxx Nation is able to rise up and do anything, as if it's got, you know, like members and people and supporters in it.
Because if you stay silent, you yourself are part of the problem. If you know that something bad is going on and you stay silent, you're part of the problem. If you know damn well that something illegal is going on, which they have done illegal shit, if you stay silent and you know something's going on and you're not speaking up about it, you're part of the problem. I've tried to be silent, and you know what that almost got me? That almost got me twice.
Yes, he's been dodging ice bullets for years now. It's a real problem.
But he's speaking out and showing that you're not afraid, that gives you power. Why do you think I'm speaking out so much against what they do? Why do you think I speak out against them? Because I don't want to see anybody else end up the same way that Inquisitor did.
That's a complete straw man on his part. He's never cared about anybody else but himself. That's why he's so willing to throw other lolcows under the bus. Every time that he thinks he could point in a different direction and people look away from him, he'll say, oh, you can do this to Anaconda Sin, just don't do it to me. You can do this to Tony, just don't do it to me. It's like, he doesn't care about Sally, he doesn't care about Ed, he doesn't care about his friends. He threw Security Jake under the bus to try to get himself a little bit of leeway. Anytime that Cyraxx says he's worried about someone other than himself, he's just trying to make you feel sympathetic for him. He's never meant that a day in his life.
If y'all, I don't know if y'all know who Foodie Beauty is, but she called the FBI on Marty last year. The FBI showed up to his apartment and wanted to arrest him, but he literally talked his way out of it and made it look like he wasn't doing nothing.
Yeah, so what do you guys think is more likely? That either this never happened, that the FBI did show up, but Marty wasn't actually committing any federal crimes, so they just talked to him a little bit and they left, or that Marty just rolled like a critical success on charisma. He rolled that D20 for charisma and was able to talk his way out of being arrested by the FBI, who had shown up with the intention of arresting him. It's got to be the last one. That's the only way that makes any sense. He couldn't get Cyraxx to go on a date with him, but he's such a smooth talker that he just rizzed the FBI off of his doorstep. That makes total sense, Cyraxx. Great theory there.
That's how narcissistic this man is. I'm sorry, but I was raised to not stay silent. I was raised and I was always taught that if you see something wrong going on, you speak up about it. Do not stay silent.
Yeah, between Sally and Rupel, you certainly had some great role models growing up. Heinous crimes on bike paths and robbing houses that you were being paid to clean. You really had some heroes to look up to.
Always speak up. Always stand up for the weak. Always defend the weak. Always stand up for those that can't defend themselves.
Yeah, that's all well and good when you're talking about like other people who are weak, but whenever you say that, you just mean yourself.
I was taught that at a very early age in life. Why do you think I fight back?
You're not fighting back out of some selfless moral compass you have. You're fighting back because it's happening to you. Do you think if everybody stopped trolling Cyraxx today, he would continue making videos trying to defend like Nova Online and Daniel Larson? No, he would just go back to doing whatever he wanted all the time. He's never like made a video trying to defend somebody else unless he could loop it back to why you should also leave him alone.
Because let me tell you right now, man, if I saw any of you guys in chat, troll or not, whether you're a troll or not a troll, if I seen any of you in chat getting bullied or attacked in any way, I wouldn't care if you were a troll or not. I would stand up for you.
That's not true at all. Chance has literally said that he's happy that Marty passed away and made jokes about that. He is the quickest to hop on stream and start piling on the moment that something bad happens to anybody that he doesn't like. That's complete cap, and it's been proven 1,000 times over.
I would speak out for you. I would have your back because that's the kind of person that I am. If I see someone getting bullied, I'm going to stand up for them. That's the kind of person that I am. And that is the person that I will die being. How do I know Marty's bi? If he wasn't bi, then why would he make a pass? Why would he make a pass at me like that, like he did? Like,
how do I know Marty's bi? Well, let me. What an insane thing to say! Oh my god, the pass at me thing just never gets old. Truly, what a wild excuse for this whole situation. It's not because you asked for his passed away ex-girlfriend's illicit photos immediately in the aftermath of her passing away and said she would have wanted me to have them. It's not because you called him the K word. It's not because you called him fat all the time. It's not because you tried to get his streams taken down by whipping your Goblin out while he was live. It's not because of you calling the cops a million times and saying he committed crimes that he never committed. No, it's because he really wanted to take you to dinner, but you clearly don't swing that way. You 100% only love women so much. Nobody asked Blind Billy or Security Jake or the catfish account that John was running about that. You gotta remember, he said this years ago. He's not gay, but he is goth. That's the ancient wisdom he had to share with us that day, and it still rings true today.
why would he make it? Somebody who's not bi isn't gonna make a pass at you like that, dude. Somebody who's not bi isn't gonna sit there and hit on you while you're with your girlfriend on a live stream. And that's exactly what he did. And because I rejected him, he decided to come after me for no reason, which is pretty up. That's the thing, dude. The way he hit on me wasn't in the I want to be your friend kind of way. Like, this dude literally wanted to get with me in that way. Like, it was weird. And quite honestly, it was disgusting. And y'all want to know another real reason why the trolls don't want me on Twitch? You really want to know why? You want to know why the trolls really don't want me over on Twitch? It's so they can attack me over here. Because over on Twitch, they wouldn't get the chance to me. Because like I said, Twitch has implementations in place to deal with the trolls. They don't allow that kind of shit over there. They don't allow people to with people over there like that.
Well, they also don't allow you on there, so I guess they're doing a good job with the moderation. What do you want me to say? Their best decision was probably banning you. They don't put up with the bullshit, which is why you can't have an account.
Trust me, I know they're on all platforms, but over on Twitch, they're far away. I can tell you right now for a fact, because I've been on Twitch for a very long time. There are far less trolls over on Twitch than there are on here. On here, they run rampant, dude. Like, no joke.
Alright, well after this, he basically just goes into an endless Goblin loop, so I think that's about time to wrap it up for today. Maybe by tomorrow there'll be some new content. If not, maybe we'll check in on Shani and Rev. It seems like it's been non-stop over at their place, so either way, there's going to be some new content. We'll see what it ends up being. I'm not quite sure yet, but that's what we got for you today. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And until next time, you guys know the drill. Stay indoors, stay away from the Goblin, and have a good one.